What's good? What's good, YouTube? This your boy AJ of the Deep Thought, back at it again, once again. What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today? Yeah, man, I'm back at it again with a brand new video, brand new topic, man. As you can see, man, I got Eminem and Melle Mel, man, so you already know what's finna get talked about. But before I get there, man, always remember, subscribe to the page, man. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the page. If you mess with me, subscribe to it. Hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Like the videos. That helps the channel grow, you know. Give me a few comments. And also remember, hit that post bell notification if you like my content. So now, what's good? We back at it again, brand new video, man. Today, man, as you can see here, we is finna talk about all this controversy surrounding Melle Mel's comments about Eminem and how he feels about Eminem in his recent interview on the Art of Dialogue podcast. Shout out to the Art of Dialogue. He got a dope channel on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, the Art, you know what I'm saying, Art of Dialogue, you know what I'm saying, y'all check out his channel. But recently, man, probably about the last few days, you know, probably about a week, people have been very, 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 very critical on Melle Mel and his comments towards Eminem on the Art of Dialogue. Now, for folks that don't know who Melle Mel is the godfather. He's the pioneer. He's one of the architects of this hip hop shit. When it comes to hip hop, you can't even mention no other name without mentioning Melle Mel. You know what I'm saying? And the group that did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Furious Five, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, I mean. Shout out to Grandmaster Flash. Shout out to the remaining members of the Furious Five. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio and, you know, I can't remember the other names. Not trying to be disrespectful. But yeah, shout out to all them brothers. And, you know, a lot of people have been critical about Melle Mel's comments, man. And before I even give you my 2 cents, I want y'all to listen to what Melle Mel said in regards of Eminem and, you know, how he feel, you know, his comments about it. So we finna go on play the clip. We ain't finna run from it. We finna play the clip and we gonna talk about this shit in this substance. So let's check this out.
What you think about Eminem being at number 5 on the Billboard Top 50 Rappers of All Time list?
Obviously, he's a capable rapper. If you was talking about sales, he sold more than everybody. If you're talking about rhyme style, okay, he got a rhyme style. But he's white. He's white. So now if Eminem was just another nigga like all the rest of us, would he be top 5 on that list when a nigga that can rhyme just as good as him is 35? That had records and all that. He's 35. He's white. And the point is this. If I was white, nigga, I'd be greater than Elvis. Niggas be like, Melle Mel is greater than Elvis. Melle Mel is the greatest white man that has ever lived. He came up with a culture. He's a part of a culture that changed the whole world. That is a great ass white man right there. But I'm not white. I'm one of the niggas. So, you know, so now you could be, anybody could be as mad as they could feel how they want to feel. If you don't think that race plays a part in the equation of how great he is. I heard one of the dudes that's down with him, Royce the 6'9", or one of that I heard he's just as good as Eminem. Why ain't he as big as Eminem? Because he black. That ain't none of that shit hard to figure out. Eminem gets a top spot because he's white. If I, like I said, if I was white, they'd be comparing me to Elvis. It'd be like, that nigga Melle Mel is pretty as Elvis. This motherfucker here. Look at that nigga. Look at that nigga arm. Look at this nigga. So
that's all I want to play of that clip, man. Like I said, shout out to the Art of Dialogue, man. You know, he got a dope channel. You know, y'all check him out, man. And you know, shout out to Melle Mel also, man. You know, he is the GOAT of this hip hop shit. He is one of the pioneers of this, you know. So like I said, man, I'm finna get down to the nitty gritty about this and tell you how I feel about this whole thing of what he said. He actually made a reaction video of people that talked about what he said. He kind of like, I ain't gonna say double down, but he actually came back and talked about, you know, he made a what's video? I think he made like an address video. He addressed the backlash that he ended up getting talking about, you know, Eminem. Not just Eminem, he talked about Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne also. I might make that. I'm gonna show y'all the address backlash video, but I'm gonna probably make another video where Melle Mel talks about Kendrick and Lil Wayne and whatnot. But this is only about Eminem. Alright. How I feel about the whole situation regarding to Melle Mel's feelings about Eminem. This is how I honestly feel. A lot of people get upset over what people say, man. You know, I came up in the era where we never cared about what people say. We just do what we do. We just move how we move, and that's it. You know, we never really gave a damn about how people thought or feel. So we never really cared about it. In today's era, a lot of people are very, very, very sensitive about what someone says and how critical they are about another person. And then due to that fact, people get so-called canceled, aka cancel culture. With me saying that, I want to say this. When it comes to the comments of Melle Mel saying about Eminem, he's only was given the top 5 spot because he's white and whatnot. I actually made a video talking about the top 10 of the top 50 greatest rappers of all time. I'm going to have the video linked somewhere at the end of this so y'all can watch it. And in my video, I was explaining about Eminem and talking about how Eminem is one of the dopest MCs, artists that we seen. You know, but at the same time, you cannot duck the fact that his complexion, you know what I'm saying, kinda, I'm not gonna say helped him, but it did make a little bit of a difference. Now, before anyone come at me for these comments, let me break down what the fuck I'm finna break down. Melle Mel, I agree to disagree. Meaning, I can give him the facet of saying that, yeah, you know, Eminem white, so you know they put him on that top list. But at the same time, you know, there's a lot of people that looked up to Eminem. They love, respect Eminem. You know, they wholeheartedly, they love Eminem. You know, they big fans of him, you know. I know that it may not be a lot of black people that might not believe it, but there are some black folks who are huge fans of Eminem. And if you ask them, is Eminem in their top 5, they'll probably say, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to the video I made about the Billboard. A real MC don't give a damn about that Billboard list, because they listen and valid to what an MC may think of. Despite how you feel about Melle Mel's comments, Melle Mel come from an era where you had to earn your shit. You couldn't just walk in and be like, hey, I'm this. No, nigga, you had to battle. You had to rumble with the wolves. You had to rumble in the jungle with niggas. You had to earn it. Wasn't nobody gonna give you nothing because of a color or a facet. That didn't matter. You had to earn your way in. You know what I'm saying? And that's his mindset. That's his mind state, you know. That's how he is. You ask Melle Mel who the greatest MC, he'll tell you him. Because he the originator, he the architect. He gonna feel that way. How should he feel? But at the same time, y'all know how great of an MC Eminem is. Y'all know how dope Eminem is. You know. But at the same time, you can't say Eminem wasn't pushed harder than a lot of other artists. Now, I'm not saying because of color or nothing. But I'm going to say because they used that as an agenda to push Eminem. Now, that don't mean Eminem is not a dope MC. Hell, I fucks with Eminem. You know, and I said that in my Billboard video, you know, I said if someone asked me would Eminem be in my top 10, I say probably not, but he's on the list somewhere. I got him on the list somewhere. He on the list. He a dope MC. There's no denying that. And I only say that because the music Eminem make was not my cup of tea. And that's my personal opinion about it. But to someone else, Eminem is their cup of tea, is their style, and they love that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot deny the skill set that Eminem brought into the game. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, you know, Lil Wayne didn't brought no skill set. You know? Lil Wayne, he influenced a generation of a lot of your favorite rappers you listening to today. Whether you like it or not. And the same goes for M. In their own way, people were influenced by Eminem. Now, since the inception of hip hop, hip hop been had white rappers. It don't matter if they was solo or they was a group. The first that broke out was the Beastie Boys. You know what I'm saying? The Beastie Boys, they had their own style. They had their own lane. They did their own thing. And a lot of people respected them for it. You know what I'm saying? They came out with legendary albums. A lot of people love the Beastie Boys. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to MCA. You know, shout out to the remaining members of the Beasties. You know what I'm saying? That goes with Third Base. You know, remember Third Base? That was a dope. That was a dope group. That was white. You know, MC Search and I can never think of the other guy's name, but they was two dope rappers to me. They was cool, you know what I'm saying? At a time where they weren't getting accepted. You know? Now check this out. It was another white rapper, Milkbone. One of the hardest beats you ever heard came from a song he made called Keep It Real. You know what I'm saying? You probably heard the beat before. You know, Big L demolished the beat, you know. But that ain't the point that I'm trying to make. I'm just saying. So they been around. But they decided to push a motherfucker like Vanilla Ice. And they only did that because they saw how MC Hammer career. Because how MC Hammer came along. You know. People clown Hammer and Vanilla Ice. You know. They clown both. But you gotta understand. Hip hop has always had a way of certain people falling through the cracks and they end up becoming something of themselves. Eminem was one of them. Eminem came at a time where hip hop was at a transitional period, meaning you leaving the 90s and you getting towards the 2000s. if you old enough to remember, like around 98, 99 it was kind of like the beginning stages of the South takeover, and it was the bling bling era, the shiny suit era. So hip hop at that time frame, I ain't gonna say was watered down, but it was kind of like in the transitional phase. Eminem came out at the right time. He came out at the right time with the right producer, Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre was in the transitional phase of his career. Left Death Row, got back with Interscope to create Aftermath. Who was his first act on the Aftermath? Well, he wasn't the first act, but the act that really took off, Eminem. Drop My Name Is, and the rest was history. And whatever you agree or not, you cannot deny the skill that Eminem have. Eminem just surpassed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I say his race played a part? Maybe like 50-50. But Eminem still had to earn his way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he came in and automatically people just love Eminem. Nah, it was a whole lot of people bashing Eminem. A whole lot of people bash Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And when he took the step back away from music, you know what I'm saying? People was laughing until he came back and he kind of regained himself. Made himself sound stronger and better than ever. So, what I'm saying is, when it comes to opinions of people, you have to damn near take it with the grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to Melle Mel, I agree to disagree with Melle Mel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Eminem is just as dope as any other artist of any other race. He studied the game. Eminem studied the game, unlike any other artist. He studied the game. He knew what he was getting himself into. He loved his rap shit just like everybody else do. And he studied it, And you can take that for how you want to take it, but you can't deny the skill set that Eminem do. Regardless of how anyone feels about it or how anyone think about it. All I'm saying is you can't deny the fact that the masses did not use what Eminem was to not push him. You know what I'm saying? So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, you can agree with Melle Mel, you can disagree with Melle Mel. But at the same time, you got to look at it from a place of, you got to look at the time frame when Eminem came out. Eminem came out at a transitional phase for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The South was just starting to get respect. You know what I'm saying? It was the shiny suit, bling bling era. The audience needed something fresh and new. Eminem was something fresh and new. When Eminem first came out, wasn't nobody making songs like, "Hi, my name is," wasn't nobody making music like that. It was a transitional phase. Eminem came in and he widened the gap for more white artists to come in, and for the black audiences that felt more, they wasn't like the traditional gangster rap. They was more in tune, like an Eminem per se. Because there's some people that can relate with songs like "Cleaning Out My Closet," contrary to popular belief. And there's been a lot of people saying stuff like, Eminem, his music don't, his songs don't get played in the club. Well, first of all, Eminem songs is not songs you play in the club. His music is not for that type of consumption. His music is for like the ones who are more, I ain't gonna say lyrically in tune, but his music at that time was more quirky in a way. You know what I'm saying? It was more fun, but more deep meaner. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to anybody. It was more like deep meaner, And Eminem played into that, and he became a worldwide phenomenon off that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only talking about the skills. I'm not talking about the record sales and none of that, because that right there don't mean nothing. But another thing is this, and I'm going to get into this right now. Chuck D, he said he defended Melle Mel, and I love Chuck D to death. He one of my favorite MCs of all time, and I just want to read this to y'all about this, how Chuck D sees from the point of view of what Melle Mel said. And it says, understand Melle Mel was so dominant over the rest of the pack in the first 5 years of records. It's hard to comprehend for born after MC folk. It's why I call him Wilt Chamberlain, and Wilt had a crate of critiques for the rappers after him, including me. Just let Mel be Wilt. LOL. Now, what Chuck D is saying is, Melle Mel is like the Wilt Chamberlain of this hip hop shit. He critiques everybody. It don't matter if there's another rapper that came along that was just as good, or just as great, or just as bad with it. Melle Mel mindset is, there's never gonna be another rapper greater than me. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, hip hop is based on competition, and that's where Melle Mel comes from. He comes from that space of competition. You know what I'm saying? And this is how Melle Mel feels. He comes from that space of competition. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. I'm finna play this video of an interview Melle Mel did back in the day, back around like 88, 89. And he talks about why he is the greatest MC of all time. Let's check this clip out.
Melle Mel war früher zusammen mit Grandmaster Flash in The Furious 5 und ist jetzt auch wieder mit The Furious 5 zusammen, und er behauptet, er ist der beste Rapper der Welt, und es gab auch einen ziemlichen Streit mit Mikey D dieses Jahr auf dem New Music Seminar um die Weltmeisterschaft. Und das ist prinzipiell der Streit zwischen der Old School und der New School. So you claim to be the best rapper in the world. Could you explain what makes the best rapper in the world?
Well, I'm not only the best rapper in the world, I'm the best rapper in the universe. Now, in other words, if UFOs came from outer space, and if any of them UFOs could rhyme, Melle Mel would crush them. Because I'm the best rapper, and why? Because I spend the most time trying to rap. It don't mean nothing about whether I make money or not. I'm in it for the art form. I'm not only a rapper, I'm a poet, and I'm a philosopher, because I study my trade to the utmost. And not only my trade, I study life, and I study people to the utmost. And that's what makes not a good rapper, but the greatest rapper, which is only something that I can only be.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't got to play the rest of that clip. That right there shows you the mindset of Melle Mel, the GOAT himself. He always felt this way. And again, there's no denying, because again, he is the architect of this rap shit. He is the pioneer. He is, like I said, he's the man of many styles. For the folks that don't know, go back and listen to them Furious 5 records. You will see what I mean. And with that, that's the same way Eminem came in the rap game, with that same mindset. He felt like he one of the best, but at the same time he was humble, because he felt like he felt privileged to even be a part of this. And that's why Eminem, to so many people, is the best, because Eminem came at a sport where you probably feel like I'm not that good at it, but Eminem knew how good he was, and he just did what he did. Does that mean because of race Eminem didn't get pushed? Of course he got pushed because of his color. I mean, we ain't gonna deny that at all, but because of his skill set, his rhyme scheme, and the way he was able to do this shit he was doing, made a lot of us black folks that listen to hip hop, who are real hip hop heads, respect Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And we respect it because Eminem was a student of the game. Just like Melle Mel was a student of the beginning stages of the game, Eminem became a student of the stages of the rap game when he came along. And that's why so many people love him. And that's all I got to say about this shit. So yeah, man, that's the video, man. Like I said, I'm probably gonna make a part 2 of this video when Melle Mel talks about Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne and a lot of other rappers, you know. But for y'all people that's butthurt about what he said about Eminem, man, don't even let that shit get to you. Melle Mel is like that towards every rapper, not just Eminem. If you're a fan of Melle Mel, you will know that. Peace and one love.